Oh, the crusher comes today. Brought the skid steer this morning. Brought my 36-inch bucket. If I got to break any of this concrete up, it'll be a little easier. I don't really care about that bucket so much. I can chomp it away with that. But I think you can tell why they need some more storage yard. I mean, my God, they about got me blocked in. This place is full. But I got one little path to get in here. I'm going to start the excavator up, and crusher will be here in about 3 hours. I got some more concrete to go pull out of the woods up there, and I'm going to work on getting this pile of stuff laid up out of the way. Gonna be a busy day today. Alright, so it's time to rake a little more concrete out of the woods from another area. Get this drug out of here. Stuff's been in here a while. Looks like they might have had to do a repair somewhere, and all that's been saw cut and stacked back here with a forklift, it looks like. Get it while I'm here. It doesn't do any good sitting back here in the woods. We need every little bit we can get. Probably just plan on walking the crusher. Stupid little branch. Probably just walk the crusher over here and break this, and instead of trying to move all this down there piece by piece. Them all like this right here. That's heavy. Wouldn't be too bad, would it? Getting the old place cleaned up a little. Stuff just adds up. Just keep throwing it to the back, throwing it to the back. Well, we're in the back now. Alright, so I got my little baby bucket back on here now. Because I really don't give a crap if I beat the crap out of it. Break this concrete up a little bit. That didn't break it good. There we go. Yeah, that was the problem. The thumb doesn't line up with the bucket at all. more I break it up, the whole lot easier I can feed it into the crusher. Don't want to do it this way with a bucket you care about. Good, you can break the teeth off. But this bucket will hardly ever get used. I might as well use it good while I'm using it. Take the excavator and this pile of mess that is getting moved yet once again to the back. Let's throw it back here a little bit. The stuff's just so packed in here. The dozer was kind of struggling the other day to dig into it. You got all this wood, junk. I'm going to just kind of pull through the pile a little bit and break it up. Cut it down a little bit. I should be able to carry it right on back there with the dozer then. Just try to, it's been here so long, it's just kind of all packed down into a big mess. Stuff out of the way for me. Y'all done blocked me in. You would do with all this mess. It would cost a fortune to haul it to the landfill. somebody else take it with all this trash in it. Well, just keep transferring it back to the back, and one day they'll have to deal with it. I just get paid to do what I get paid to do. Even if you tried to screen it, I think by the time you spend so much time screening the trash out of it, you would be cheaper just to haul it to the landfill. I don't know. Even the, I mean, it is $50 a ton to dump this stuff. You're looking at well, it might be cheaper to screen it, because heck, a 20-ton load, a load of this stuff's probably going to weigh 15 tons. Even if it weighed 20, that's $1,000 a dump truck load. There's about 10 dump truck loads here. Yeah, it'd probably be cheaper to screen it. Huh. I just figured it out. Scoops and I'll be ready to start pushing. Now that I got this broke up, I can get on top of that and just shove it all the way back there. Alright, well, next video will be the, let's see how good pushing goes here. Never been able to put the camera inside the Dozer before, just because there wasn't a good place to mount it to on the old one. This one appears to have a few good places Well, it's time to park this because my crusher's here. Well, it has arrived. Well, that shouldn't take long. Grandma gear. All right, he's out of here. And we're about ready to crush. All right, Charlie's got it all folded out. Let's give us a little walk around before we get started.
So this belongs to one of my best friends. This isn't mine. I don't want anybody to get any wrong ideas. A friend of mine, Brian Knight, with L&B Developers out of Lake City, South Carolina. We do a lot of work together. And I've got a screen, and he's got a crusher, and we, Anyway, so it's a 2017. It was bought used. It was rented first, and it's like the screen. You decide, you rent it a little bit to see if you like it, and then you decide the only way to afford it is to buy it, because, you know,
just how it works.
The rent's $10,000 a month, but you can buy it for $1,600. So, but anyway, so you got a shaking table up here. The throat on it is about 32 inches wide by about 26 inches tall. So if it fits inside of that, it'll go in. 3-4 foot long. If it's longer than that, it wants to catch up in there as it goes in, and you can, with the remote control, you can open the gate and let it fall in. But anyway, shaking table up here, and it's got a section of a heavy-duty screen. And if you got dirt in your material, you flip it over right here, and the dirt comes out and it kicks the dirt off to the side. Try to reduce some of the dirt off your material that you're crushing. If it's really dirty, we set it up, put my screen here, and we run it through there and separate the dirt first, and then let it go through. It makes really nice material, especially with things. So in there that has what they call blow bars on it, and it spins around this way. The material goes in this way, and it drops down and it hits it and beats it around. And there's 2 gates that it won't go through the gates and fall out the bottom until it's small enough to do that. And this is also a recirc machine, so the stuff that goes through that's bigger comes down here, goes across this screen deck. Anything smaller than 1.5 inches goes through and goes out. Anything bigger than 1.5 inches comes across this screen and goes back around and gets recirculated and goes through again until it's
and crushed again. So pretty much, I didn't realize it, but it's actually screening the material.
Yeah.
So we're the project.
Making ABC.
We're making ABC 1.5 inches minus.
Yes.
Is what we're going to make.
When it gets done, you can have your testing company test it. This is crusher run. This is ready to go. And everybody says, "Oh, screens are expensive, or crushers are expensive." And so, okay, so let's just little thought here. We did a demo job, and we got 1,000 tons of material that we got to haul off. The landfill at home is $28 a ton. So just the landfill charges is $28,000. Okay, so then you got trucking, and you're beating the floor out of your truck and whatever. You put this on the job, you feed it right in here, it takes about $10 a ton to crush this. Well, then it makes ABC that at home is around $25 a ton delivered. So 1,000 tons, $10,000 is compared to $28,000 plus shipping to dump, and then your rock coming back in. So it's an expensive investment, but I mean, it makes sense. You know, it takes money to make money.
You say this thing new's about 500 grand? 500
grand. I think 350, 365, something like that used. I don't remember how many hours on it. I think it was about 1,000. I'm thinking Brian's had it about 2 years now, but I'm not exactly sure. And at first I think the idea was to do stuff for other people. And then you decided that if you just did your own stuff, that's how you make the money with it, because money you save and then you use the stone. And granite has got so expensive that, if, you know, at my pit I take material in and then we crush it. And as fast as you can crush it, you either sell it or somebody steals it. I mean, you can't leave a pile of rock anywhere because it'll
disappear. Is that the magnet right there that picks up any debris? And it'll kick it off right here?
It'll eat rebar, but you don't really want anything longer than about 2 or 3 feet, because what it'll do, it'll wad up in there and then it'll get stuck in here. But the magnet has a belt on it, so it sucks it up against it, and then the belt pulls it over here and it falls off. We put a little dump trailer that you pull behind a pickup underneath there and put the metal in, and then every once in a while pull it toward the front where it has room. It really likes wire, like concrete that has some wire in it and stuff like that. And like I said, it will eat rebar. It'll eat dowel pins. But they get stuck in between there and they break the blow bars.
Oh, we don't want that.
And the blow bars are $8 to $1,000 a piece, and there's 4 of them in there. And I threw a piece of metal in there on the 4th scoop one time, and I broke all 4.
You said it was a piece of railroad track, wasn't it?
No, it was actually a hammer, manganese hammer for a shredding mill.
Oh God!
Like the 4th scoop I threw in there.
Well, when I was going through this, anything that looked expensive, I threw it over there in the woods. I was like, we're not going to get enough material off of that piece to make a difference. So that's where, once it screens it, it comes back down that conveyor and then back into the return that feeds up there into the hopper.
And you kind of watch it. What I'll probably do while you're loading it, I'm going to stand up here on the side. I watch this belt, pieces of plastic and stuff like that, or wood, I throw them off.
Yeah.
Keep going around and around and around.
Okay.
It's he weighs about 74,000 pounds. I can't move it in South Carolina on my low boy, but I can move it in North Carolina. I didn't say I like to. I just said, you know, you can.
Yeah.
It sticks way out the back on a 35 ton.
Well, you saw the truck that brought it. It was a 7-axle, and
That's right.
he's allowed to gross up to 132,000 in the state of North Carolina.
And he must be allowed to drive 80-something miles an hour too, because he did.
Oh boy.
Must be in his permit too.
It's called heavy haul, and hurry up and get there.
Well, that reduces the risk of having an accident. You just reduce the time on the road, so that
Yeah.
you know.
The faster you go, you get a little air, and it lightens the load a little bit.
So well, I was getting there to see them blow bars, but that's all right. So go ahead and put this tank up here.
Fire it up, and I'll go ahead and make a spot up there and get ready to load some in it. We'll see what it does.
Sounds good.
lot of concrete. Put the skid steer here to catch that. little stockpile because I'm about out of concrete. I got probably 2 of those piles left, maybe 3. We'll move the crusher back again. Need some scrap metal? I got it. Well, today went pretty good. Got a good little pile of wire and mess there. We probably got at least 200 and some tons crushed. And I still probably got about 40 or so on the ground and another 20 or so over there. We'll just walk the crusher over there and grab that, but we knocked it on out. I was planning on taking a little bit longer than that. I figured it'd go pretty quick, but spending all that time breaking it up, it fit in the crusher real good. I only had about 3 little hang-ups throughout this afternoon working on this. We'll be back in the morning to finish up, and I should have enough time left to spread this out.